what's up, guys? Welcome to this MYXclusive interview. I am VJ Ayin. For today, we have an American OPM singer known as the American Anthem Diva, and she's based in Las Vegas, and she loves our music, especially that of Jaya, Regine, Kyla, and Charisse. And now she has a cover out. It's called Dahil Ba Sa Kanya, and yes, she sings in Filipino, and we're going to be knowing more about her and her music. Please welcome Sahara together with her partner, Michael Todd Glazer. Woo-hoo.
Hi, hello, hi, good morning over there.
Ooh, and what time is it there?
It is 8:23 at night.
Oh, I hope you've had dinner.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, this is still better than usual because usually the interviews are at 2 a.m. So this is great.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, glad to be, talking to you on a good hour. So for those who don't know, where are you guys right now?
We're currently in Las Vegas.
Mhm. Well, we're glad that we can talk to you right now and we can know more about your music and how your interest in Filipino music started. But first, let's talk about how your love for music in general started, Sahara.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I would say in the womb.
Wow.
Yeah, very early. Well, I would say like the earliest memory of music was like probably when my mother was cleaning and I was just kind of accompanying her, like just kind of being there, making sure I'm not, in trouble or getting into trouble. So yeah, I just would say that's basically the first kind of memory of like music. And then basically falling in love with like singing and just all that.
And I mean, and spending most of your childhood listening to every album your parents had, every radio station there was, every free moment, basically.
Just keeping an open mind to like to all different kinds of music.
And what would you listen to when you were a kid?
Oh, it's so many genres, so many different, from like pop, R&B to like rock to just anything in between. And eventually when I got a little older, I did listen to different stuff in different languages that I was like, oh, I like this because it sounds pretty and that.
But a lot of it was dusty, though.
Dusty, yeah, like older music. I like older music.
Can you name some artists that you would sing to when you were a kid?
I would say like Fleetwood Mac being one. Like Stevie Nicks, incredible. There is, let's see. Probably, like Aretha Franklin and like everyone, like Barbara Streisand, you name it, like just all those great singers.
And do you remember like which foreign language music you first listened to that really got you into learning different kinds of music as well from different parts of the world?
It was probably Spanish music, well, particularly like stuff from like Mexico because I am part Mexican, and I grew up in a neighborhood in Southern California where it was very diverse, and if there wasn't English being played, it was Spanish music. And of course, third was probably like Filipino.
Oh, so you probably had, a relatively easier time learning Filipino since I think it's very similar to Spanish as well, right?
It is, yeah. Yeah, it's very, very similar.
Yeah, there are some words that are derived from Spanish because we were colonized by the Spanish since I think, well, for 300 years before. So most of our language came from there. So what drew you to Filipino music then?
I loved how the like emotion was, how it was kind of portrayed, like how I'm kind of being lost of words right now. I'm a little nervous, but I love the feeling. I love the emotion behind the singers, especially the Filipina singers. Like they're just so strong and then just so like powerful.
So how did you chance upon these powerful Filipino singers? Like, would you have Filipino friends telling you about them, or was it your own research on YouTube, probably?
It was both. I definitely say first and foremost was like friends and just kind of being exposed to it, and then my own research.
Ooh, okay. So what else have your Filipino friends taught you about our culture? Like, would they feed you Filipino food? What else?
Definitely food. Food.
Food,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh. But yeah, I would say that was like always like the second thing, but like certain phrases, certain good words, certain not so good words. But but I think that's with any language, you're just like,
Yep.
oh, I'm curious. Yeah.
Let's stick with the good words first. Okay, so what were like the first Filipino words that you learned?
Well, kumusta?
Yes.
Mabuhay. Yeah, it's like salamat,
Maraming salamat po.
Yeah.
So when was this? Like, how long have you been learning the Filipino language and music?
Heavily for probably about a year and a half, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, heavily. I mean, certainly listening for a long time listening without necessarily knowing exactly what the words meant, but now the past year and a half, knowing the words exactly what they mean, learning the pronunciation, and then finally turning it into song. And that's now her day-to-day life. Basically, she gets up in the morning and she's learning new lyrics, and she sees her pronunciation coach. And then she sees her singing coach, and then we record, and that's basically her life now, and we're still not great at putting sentences together. Certainly she knows every word she sings of every song, and that's sort of how she's learning, because her job keeps her busy basically learning. And then with our friendships, my Paracoy is also our co-producer, Dennis Quila, and he coaches us constantly. And we're doing our best to not just do music, but actually learn the language. We're a little bit better when we drink a little bit, but but that's her process for sure, for like learning songs and stuff.
I love how you used Paraguay to describe Mr. Dennis Quila. But have you been to the Philippines before?
No, not yet. We wanted to. We desperately were like wanting to go to the Philippines, and it just felt like the timing with the pandemic, and then just all happened.
I mean, the truth is that actually the song came about because we were planning a trip to the Philippines and watching a lot of YouTube videos of different cities, Cebu, Manila, different parts of the country, trying to figure out where we wanted to go first. And it was in one of those videos that Sahara heard, Jaya, it just sort of as background music, or as the host was going by a bar. And all of a sudden then the pandemic hit. And so instead of actually coming to the Philippines, we decided to make a song instead.
But I will have to say thank you, Shazam, for helping me discover her, because I immediately was like grabbing my phone and was like, oh my gosh, like who's singing this? What is this? Because I'm so used to listening to, like, when you hear like certain music in front of certain bars or restaurants, sometimes it's in English or it's like a dance song, so it's just instrumental. But when I heard her sing, I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm so moved, I'm so like sad all of a sudden. And then when I Shazammed it, I was like, oh, perfect, I have her name and I have the song title, and I was just obsessively like listening to it like day in, day out, and I was just like annoying him at first, like, like, look at this song, it's amazing. But then he fell in love with it too, and then it all started, kind of
took on its own life.
Ooh, and have you met Jaya? Or I mean, funny thing, she just moved to the US, like I think a few months ago.
I've heard that she did move here. Well, not to Las Vegas, but Washington State. But I have yet to meet her, and I want to meet her. I mean, she's here. It's like, hey, hi, invitation. Come say hi. We'll say hi. We'll meet in the middle somewhere.
But have you tried like tagging her in your song or something when you post it?
Well, we did once, and she sent back
in the beginning,
and she sent a message that said, "Yo, keep pursuing your dreams." So, that's all we've heard. That's all we've heard so far, which is.
So you've had interaction.
Oh, sort of. It was like she was talking to a fan, but it's okay. It's okay because we are. So it's okay.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
Well, we're looking forward to you guys having more meaningful and deep conversations in the future. But for now, let's talk about your cover of Dahil Ba Sa Kanya. Okay, so how long did it take for you to learn the whole song? Because the whole song is in Filipino. It's not like, those songs where there are just a few lines that are Filipino, but this one, it's a full Filipino song.
Mm, it was like over like 6 months.
About 6 months.
About
yeah.
6 months, yeah, just to
Wow.
make sure I'm pronouncing everything right and making sure it sounds pretty and just, having luckily Filipino ears to be like, does it sound right? Does it sound good? And getting their approval.
I would add that she's a perfectionist, so that's part of the reason it took
That
so
too.
long. There was a refusal to move forward until she, even though she got really good feedback from her Tagalog coach, it was
Mhm.
her decision to wait until she thought it was perfect
Yeah.
to move forward. So
Yeah.
it was she. Honestly, she has a lot of respect for the language, and she doesn't want to release something that isn't doesn't show that love fully.
Oh, well, we appreciate that so much. How much you value and respect the Filipino language as well. But what are the other languages that you can perform with?
I can perform almost in any language. I can't speak, but I can definitely sing. Just like with English, I can sing in English, but talking is just still kind of meh. But I can sing in Spanish, French, Italian, German. Um, let's see, any other ones that I forgot?
Those are the main ones.
Those are
you
the
sing.
main
Yeah,
ones.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, just to kind of throw
Yeah.
those out
Yeah,
there.
I mean, she studied opera for many years, so she virtually didn't sing in English at all for several years, except for pop songs on her own or karaoke, of course.
Especially
But
karaoke.
yeah, but her training for the most part was actually in other languages, and she rarely sang in English. So I think it was that experience that gave her, a basis to
Mhm.
sing in Tagalog. So there's a lot of time leading up to this, not just the last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just to
Mhm.
add, luckily there was an aspect of Tagalog that I was like, "Oh my god, this is perfect." Like is the vowels, the a, e, I, o, u. It's just like an
Yes.
Italian. But then the flip side of that was there's certain words that my English tongue couldn't wrap around, like, the NGs, in Tagalog. It's like, oh, like saying it is one thing and then singing it is like another. Yeah, so it's
Mhm.
like, I want to do my best. So that's on top of everything. That's why I wanted to make sure that this song was just right. Like everything was just like,
Mm-hmm.
Well, and now it's finally out. Finally, you have debuted as a
hallelujah.
solo artist with Dahil Ba Sa Kanya. So thank you so much for choosing this song to be your debut single as a solo artist. But now let's talk about your group. I mean, your duo. You and Michael have a group called Neon Duet. Can you tell us about this? How did this start?
It started one day when she sang at karaoke, and I was like, "Oh my god, you can sing!" And we'd been dating for years, actually, at the time, and I had no idea at all.
What? You've
Yeah,
never heard her sing
no,
before that
I had
karaoke session?
no, and well, she used to be like, "Let's go to karaoke; it'll be fun." And I'm embarrassed to say, I was like, "I don't want to go," but she convinced me to go one time, and it was just like, yeah, I was amazed. And there were people actually asking for an autograph at the karaoke. I was like, wait a second, this
Oh.
is a little bit of it was a big, it was a huge change in our relationship and our entire lives, right?
Yeah, I would say
Mhm.
so. Yeah.
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 Go ahead. I'm sorry. I mean,
Oh, no,
yeah.
it's fine. It's like for me, it's like I always loved singing. I just never had the chance or the opportunity or the support, personally to kind of pursue that. But when I got like the courage to be like, okay, let's go here and let me go sing, and then kind of like, okay, like how was that? He was like, that was amazing, and I was like, oh really? And then from then on, it was just like nothing but love and support,
Mhm.
for my talent and for basically kind of like uh like my gift, and it's like I can't believe this, and from then we decided, we had a love for, of course, music, but we love electronic dance music.
Old
Mhm.
electronic dance music.
older, yet again, more older
Yeah.
things, you know. So yeah, we love like older electronic dance music, especially a genre called trance. So
Yes.
yeah,
Mhm.
super euphoric, super pretty, super like it's super nice.
But
And-
I'm surprised that you didn't discover that she was a singer until years into your relationship. With all your stories about how she loved music since she was young, how she had
What?
formal lessons. I thought that was like your main job since the start. So did you have like a different day job before?
Well, I did. So, like everything like leading up to when he discovered me, it kind of was like, like then it was like, okay, let's get into singing and lessons. Cause I never had singing lessons ever in my entire life. Like
Oh, okay.
until probably like 6 years ago.
6 years ago,
6
yeah.
years ago. Yeah.
Mhm.
But like, I'm sorry, what was the question?
Oh,
So like
so
before that, where was your
Oh, my
life
life before.
headed?
I
Yes.
was ultrasound sonography. I was gonna do ultrasound on pregnant women and hearts.
Ooh.
Wow.
That was gonna be my life, and I loved it because I love being, in the healthcare industry. And
Oh, so
yeah,
that's why you have a lot of Filipino friends.
yeah, basically,
That
yeah.
explains
pretty much.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically,
I mean,
yes.
so she had her own business at one time,
Oh.
going to people's houses and scanning babies at people's houses. So
Yeah.
that she was an entrepreneur. She was a self-starting woman and everything.
Yeah, and it was for 3D 4D. I don't know if you ever seen like the 3-dimensional baby. Like, you see like literally
Ooh.
like the baby is like, hey, look, I'm real, like not like 2D or
Yeah.
black and white. It's like
Mhm.
you see what they're doing live, you
Yeah.
know.
You can
Okay.
tell she still loves it.
I love it. I love it. It was super fun just to give like joy and love. It's like for me, I'm all about like
Yes.
spreading love.
Mhm.
So with
Mhm.
ultrasound, that's what I did. And then with singing, that's what I feel like I'm just kind of continuing that,
Mhm.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. How about you, Michael? Did you have like another job before this whole music thing came into your life?
Yeah, I was
A male stripper. That's good.
Yeah. Wait, this
That's
is
how
PG.
you two met, huh?
No. I'm pretty sure this is a PG interview. No. I was actually a computer programmer for a few decades, actually. I did web development and stuff like that for a long time, and right before I met her, I had transitioned to exclusively working from home, and had like a home office and everything. And then I met her, and things really went well. And then I split my time between my work, and then I wanted to support her wanting to be an entrepreneur. And
Uh-huh.
so then that was kind of my job, was supporting her entrepreneurship, and then that. And then kind of in a whirlwind, I mean, it was probably less than a week or so that I heard her sing at karaoke, and I enrolled her in her singing lessons, and I started telling my clients to look for a new programmer. And she started winding down her business, and that was it. It was like we basically spent every moment of our lives together 24/7 for the last almost 7 years, doing nothing but I learned audio engineering, production, music development, and then she's just been focused on singing. And she's learning piano and ukulele and stuff like that to support her musicality, but mainly her job is just to sing, because honestly it's just I never had a chance to give someone the best opportunity to do something really amazing, and so that's just all we do now, is just whatever happens. But our all we care about, honestly, is just sharing like love, and we have a way to do that. Fortunately, we have a way to do that.
Yes.
So I think
Oh.
Yes.
Well, we will definitely listen to your tracks as well as Neon Duet. Is there anything out now? Maybe you can promote it as well here.
yeah, we have the single.
I was like, pardon?
Yeah, we have a single out, actually. It's called We Can Be As One. It's on everywhere you stream music. It's also on YouTube. If you're on Spotify and you go to her artist page with Dahil Ba Sa Kanya, there's a link to it there. And then if you go to her lyric video for Dahil Ba Sa Kanya on, say, YouTube, it'll also lead you to our other song too. So, and her voice is amazing. It's kind of like an angel singing on the track.
Aw.
Because I am an angel.
Now, speaking of your voice, Sahara, we'd like to hear, a little bit of Dahil Ba Sa Kanya. So, or do you have like some favorite lines that you can maybe tease our viewers with right now so they can listen to the whole song after this interview?
Mhm.
Yes, totally. I love to
Yay.
tease. Dahil ba sa kanya kung kaya nalimutan mo na init ba na yakap at tamis ng halik niya Nagturo sa iyong damdamin upang ako iyong lisanin. Hey.
Yay! Thank you so much for that teaser. And oh my gosh, you really sang it with heart, with emotion. Like you really understood what the song was about. So good job on perfecting it. It paid off. You learning the language and not stopping until you're happy with it. So everyone watching on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Kumu, and TikTok, please do stream it. Dahil Ba Sa Kanya by Sahara. It's now out on all digital streaming platforms and also on YouTube. It has a video. Sahara, where can they follow you online if they want to hear more?
Well, they could follow me on Facebook at Sahara American OPN Singer and Instagram and Twitter at Voice of Sahara.
There you go. And Michael, do you care to promote your personal social media accounts as well?
Oh, sure. I mean, if they can check us out on Instagram and Twitter at Neon Duet. And honestly, she's the only one with a solo Instagram. So Neon Duet is mostly her and me, and then Voice of Sahara is her. So if you want a double dose of Sahara, follow both of them. So.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you for spreading love and music to everyone listening to your music. Thank you so much for giving us some of your time as well. So that's it for our MYXclusive interview. Thank you to everyone
Sahara
watching.
has a
Yes, go
message.
ahead.
Sahara has a
yes,
message
please.
for
Oh,
you.
yes. So I just want to say maraming salamat sa inyo. Thank you so much, VJI and Mix, for the opportunity to promote my song. Thank you guys so much. And to my fans, mahal kayo ni Sahara. Thank you guys so much.
Yay! Thank you so much, Sahara. We look forward to seeing you in person someday.
One day.
Yes,
Yes.
I hope you can perform live here in the Philippines. But
I
until then, I hope you guys stay safe there. And we look forward to that day when we can finally meet. And I hope you can guest on Mix as well when you come here to the Philippines.
Totally.
But for now, that's it for our MYXclusive interview. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Once again, I'm VJ IE for this MYXclusive interview with Sahara and Michael Todd Glazer.
Yay!